world! My name is Marty Shaw, and let's crochet something today, why don't we? Today we're going to be crocheting this hair bow tie. I found it off of Pinterest and it's a YouTube video, so if and when this gets uploaded, I'll put it down in the description. But the yarn that we're going to be working with is our Loops and Threads soft acrylic in the shade Neon Orange. You can't really tell from the lighting, but it's orange alright. I actually made one previously, as you can see it's in my hair. But I figured why not make more and get better at it. I've got my tablet over here that has the pattern. I've got my yarn. This yarn calls for a 5.5mm hook. I use Susan Bates, not sponsored. And something I'm going to do today with this pattern is pull up a stopwatch. And the reason why I'm pulling up a stopwatch is so that I can time myself and see how long it takes me to crochet this. Because I am actually doing a vendor fair on the 20th of September. So I want to get good pricing for things and, get better at crocheting fast. So I think I'm going to make sure that I have the right side of the yarn, because I did that the last time. And we're gonna set the timer over here, and we're going to press start. So what you're gonna do first is tie a slip knot. This is all explained in the video, but we're gonna tie a slip knot. And I modified it just a little bit so that it actually came out the way I wanted it to. Obviously the video will show different, but we're going to chain 61. I have the yarn in the wrong spot. That's going to be over there. So I'm on 20. Nine, 60, 61. So we've got 61 chains. So for round one, we're going to skip one chain and then half double crochet in the next 6 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a problem. 6. So we got 6 half double crochet. Then we're going to do 6 slip stitches in the next 6 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 16 half double crochet. We're going back to the half double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16. So we've got our half double, so 6 more slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another 16 half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Then that's 16, so then it's 6 more slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I count this wrong? 5. I did. 6. And apparently I miscounted, so I'm gonna fix that. So I'm gonna pause the timer and count, because I don't think I counted right. So now I gotta figure out. See, this is my problem, is I always miscount the number of crochet stitches I'm supposed to do. Wait, how many more do I need? 1, 2, 3. I need 3 more. I fixed it. I barely had enough yarn to actually get the 3, and also I'm a little proud of myself for being able to fix it. So, go Marty, that's a pat on the back right there. But we're gonna start the timer again, do our last 6 half double crochet. So, bam, start that timer again. 1. I hope I did this right. 2, because I don't have enough yarn. But I did not. 3. 4. I did not fix it. 'And this one's gonna be really hard to get in. 5. You're supposed to have 6. Clearly I can't count. But also, I don't know. I have this recurring issue where I just... Okay, can't count. Like, I started in the wrong spot and I end up with one too little chains. But the point being, you're going to chain 1 and then turn your project, and then rows 2 through 4. You're going to do the same thing, but in the back loop only. So, this one will just have to have 5. That's fine. Not salty about that at all. But I'll catch you once I'm done the other half. That took us almost 8 minutes just to... And that's not even counting the me trying to fix it. So, but it's fine. It happens. But I'll catch you once I'm done this row. I've also noticed something about my stitching, my crocheting I should say, in that I make them way too tight. Like, I'm straight up struggling trying to get this hook through the slip stitches. The half double crochets aren't so bad, but oops, the slip stitching, did I do the same thing for this one? I so did. Had to frog it too. Great. But I crochet so unbelievably tight that it's actually kind of hard to get the hook through the slip stitches sometimes. Like, if I'm slip stitching or if I'm single crocheting, I have a really hard time getting it through. And I don't know, well, it's definitely a user error, like that, I don't know. But it's frustrating. Because I want to not crochet so tightly, but also I don't want a bunch of holes in my project. So if you have any suggestions on like what I can do to not crochet so tightly, or videos or anything of the sort, please leave them down in the comments below, because that would help so much. I don't like working in the back loop, I will say. Damn it! That's the last one of row 2, so I've got 2 more rows to do. So chain 1, turn, back to the back loop. Row 3, 1 more row, and then we're gonna complete the project. And we're already at 22 minutes. So chain 1, turn the project. And then you're going to chain 1, take your big chain, cut your yarn. This is my little handy dandy crochet stuff. Cut the yarn. Bam. Tie it off. Ta-da! So we're gonna stop the timer. 28 minutes just to make this. This is 4 rows. So I'm gonna bring you closer and then I'll show you how to put it together. So what I have are these fun little clips that you put in your hair. And so what I like to do, well, let me put this all away. Don't lose anything. You just need one. Don't lose your crochet hook. And then you're also going to need a darning needle, I found out they're called. So this type of needle, as you can see, it has a bigger eye, so it's easier to thread the yarn. And a pair of scissors. But what you're going to do is you're going to take your loose end, make sure it's nice and tight. And, oh, timer. Bam. So you're going to take your loose end, thread it so that it stays nice and tight. Now I like to go maybe like 3, maybe 5, 6 in. Just because I want to make sure it actually stays. Oop. Bam. Pull it. Cut the remaining. No, what do you mean? Apparently I didn't do it right, so now I have to cut more yarn off. That's fine. Just pull it extra tight to make sure it actually stays. And you're supposed to do the same with this end, but seeing as though I messed up my counting and then proceeded to mess up even more, what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this end. I'm going to pull it tight, like make sure it's nice and tight, and I'm just going to cut this end because it's too short to weave in. Bam. And then, as the video will show, I'm gonna probably face it this way, fold one end this way, see if you can, one end this way, one end that way, and then it's a little bow. Then you're gonna take the yarn that you worked with, flip it over. Oh, what I like to do is, with these types of clips, I try to crochet in that, or throw the yarn in there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my needle, and I'm going to thread it through this. Make sure this is the way that I want it to be. Sometimes it doesn't always sit right, but also you can tell where I messed up anyway, so this one will just go on Facebook Marketplace for free, probably. Most likely. But this is the back end, so I will be doing it this way. So I'll take that, set it there. And then I like to wrap it 10 times. So 1, thread it through. 2, thread it through. You get the point. See? As I thread it through the middle part. I could always cut more, but I hate cutting yarn, but that's fine. That's 3, 4. I just want it nice and secure, is the thing. 5. Oops. 6. 7. 8. And again, if you have suggestions on how I can do this better, please leave them in the comments. I'm always eager to learn how to make things better. And we'll wrap it a few more times. Make sure this is actually nice and tight, nice and tight. Make sure this is behind. And we'll wrap it again. Sorry if the angle and the lighting is really off. It's Still in the process of trying to figure out how to actually, you know, have a nice setup. 3 more times. Let's do, oops. Can I just thread that through without having to use this needle? Perhaps. Maybe not. So again, we're just gonna cut this anyway, so it doesn't really... Motherfucker. We're gonna cut this anyways, so it doesn't really matter whether or not... You know? There we go. Bam. I clip it shut, and that's basically your bow. So the last step that the video shows, I like to make it super tight so it's nice and cute. Ta-da! But the video shows you, cut the yarn again, and then we're just gonna tie it. Just a simple double knot, just so it stays nice and secure. I'm gonna assemble, tie it really tight. Tie it again really tight, so it actually stays in place. Ta-da! And then we're going to drop off these extra bits. Bam! So this is the bow. Really cute. I love it. I'll probably put a picture somewhere on the screen of what the final product looks like without the weird lighting. And this took us a grand total of 33 minutes and just about 30 seconds. But obviously I'm getting better at it. So thank you so much for listening or watching. And if you really enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like. And if you want to see more of like what we offer, subscribe. So I catch you later. Have a good day.